Dee Hilster, and today we're recording a chair yoga class focusing on the upper body. So let's jump right in and let's make sure that we're sitting in a stable way in the chair. So I'm just in a regular folding chair here, and I have my feet firmly, solidly rooted on the ground. So we want to stay aware of that throughout the practice, even though we're going to be moving more and focusing on the upper body. So if you need to scoot forward a little bit to have more contact with the feet on the ground, do that. But find a place where you're perched well on the chair. You feel your sitting bones are solid, your feet are solid, and you can lift your spine up really tall. And then let your hands rest on the thighs. And you can either soften your gaze so your eyes are just steady in front of you and not really looking around, or you could close your eyes for a few moments as we take a few conscious breaths, feeling into the upper body. So notice if you can feel any sensations, any signals in the chest, the shoulders, maybe that rising and falling of the breath itself. Can you feel any of that movement in the upper back? Maybe alongside this breath movement, you're noticing the degree of tension or stress that's there. Maybe a combination of pleasant and uncomfortable sensations. And what do you feel in your neck? If you feel around the front of the neck and around the throat for a few breaths. And we're making this mindful connection to the body that will help inform us as we move, and now we'll move into a little more active movement there. So we'll start with the neck, simply bringing the chin down towards the chest and not letting the chest fall down, but keeping the chest lifted, but taking the chin down. And then inhaling and bringing the chin up and looking up, coming up a little bit. And then exhaling, curling the chin down towards the chest. Still steady on the feet and in the lower body. Inhaling, lifting the chin, looking up. Moving back and forth with that. So exhales, chin comes down. Inhale, chin lifts up. You can look up as far as it's comfortable, but with support in the neck. So it's not like flopping the neck back in a flimsy way. Let's do two more. Bringing awareness into the neck. And then let's move the neck in a side bending direction. So we'll take the left ear and drop it over towards the left shoulder. And then inhale back to center with the head, and then exhale right ear towards right shoulder, just taking it to a place that's comfortable. Inhale, center. Exhale, always being respectful of the neck, so not moving into pain. Inhale, center. Side bending on the exhales. But it's really good to stay mobile in the neck. Bringing the head back to center. One more movement here would be like a twist, a rotation of those vertebrae in the neck. So to do that, we simply turn the head to look over the left shoulder, and then come back to center. That's your inhale, and then exhale, turn to look over the right shoulder, and inhale back to center. Try to keep your shoulders still so you're not turning your whole body right now, but just rotating your head, looking behind you or looking over to the side. You can notice which of these movements are easier for you and sometimes ones that are challenging, depending on the history and condition of your neck. Moving within your pain-free range today. And then bring your head back to center. Beautiful. So let's drop the arms by the sides and keep those feet grounded so they're actually pressing to the floor a little bit. And as you inhale, reach the arms out wide, bring them up, and then exhale, bring the palms together down the center. And then again, circle the arms down and out. This is your inhale, bringing them up. Just coming overhead to a comfortable place, and then exhale, palms come together down the center line. Full out breath. Inhale, circling the arms up. Elbows can bend however needed. Exhale, coming center. A few more times like that. Reaching, go at your own pace. You might breathe a little faster or slower than I do, or I am right now. Full out breath as the palms come down. Once more. Beautiful. So let's join the hands together. So we've interlaced the fingers, and as we exhale, we're going to take the arms forward and let the spine, particularly the upper back, round and the chin dip down a little bit. And then inhale, come forward, bend the elbows out, squeeze your fingers together so they don't separate, and pull the elbows wide. So you're lifting a little bit in the chest. And exhale, take the arms forward, round. Inhale, pull back, taking the elbows wide but squeezing the fingers so they don't separate. So I'll turn to the side for a moment so you can see what this looks like from that angle. You can stay forward as you were, but when you're exhaling, you're rounding, you're reaching forward. Kind of think of these arms like an elephant trunk. And then as you inhale, you lift the chest, you pull the elbows wide, and this is kind of like the arms making elephant ears. So working with that, find your breath rhythm. Exhaling forward, inhaling, opening the chest as you pull the elbows back. Exhales, elephant trunk. Inhales, elephant ears. Having a little fun with that. As you're moving in your upper body. Let's do one more. And then come back to a neutral spine and keep this interlace of the fingers. And let's take the arms out in front of us and flip the palms forward if you can. So then with your left palm, reach a bit more in front of you, and then your right palm. So you're alternating, pressing the palms forward and getting a nice stretch in the wrist and forearm. Just doing the best you can with that. Keeping the tops of the shoulders relaxed. You don't need to be shrugged up towards your ears to do this. Beautiful. Then flip it. So now the backs of your hands are forward. And when you reach your left hand forward, gently pull your left fingers back towards your chest. So now the stretch is more on this outside part of the forearm and hand. And then other side, pulling the right fingers back while that arm is straight. And alternate. Let's do a few more. Beautiful, last one. And then last thing with the hands connected like this, interlaced, let's make some figure 8 or circles with the wrists. Just kind of rolling around those wrist joints. And then here's the brain teaser. See if you can reverse it and do that backwards. Why does that feel harder? It's something to do with the brain. Okay, good, let that go. You can shake those off, shake a little in the shoulders. Beautiful. Let's take the fingertips up to the shoulders. So we've got the elbows bent. And then we'll bring the elbows forward, almost like we're trying to touch them. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. And then bring the elbows up towards the ceiling. And then take them back behind you. Imagine that you could touch the elbows behind your back. None of us will, but we can try. And we'll bring them down. The elbows are scraping towards the floor. And then forward together, up, apart. Elbows moving back together behind you as best you can. So you're drawing a big circle with the elbows and getting some great movement in the shoulder joints. How are you breathing with this? Keep the breath steady. And let's reverse, and don't forget to keep your feet really grounded and your spine really upright. Take the elbows straight back. What does that feel like? And then use those upper back muscles to lift and circle the elbows forward again. So backwards circling. Feeling what's going on in the shoulder joints. And as before, moving as best you can, but staying within pain-free ranges of motion. And as you practice, you might find those ranges that you can move through without pain, those ranges might expand. So you may gain some good mobility with practice. Okay, beautiful. Let's release that. And take the feet a little bit wider. The feet are turning out. We've got a big stable base here in the legs. And we're going to take this left hand onto the thigh, and the right arm will reach up to the side, and as we exhale, we'll lean a little bit towards the left. So we're stretching on this right side of the body. And then inhale, come back to center. Exhale that hand down. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, lean to the side. Inhale, center. Exhale the arm down. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, lengthen and lean. Inhale, center. Exhale, bring the arm down. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, lengthen and lean. Excellent. Inhale, center. Exhale, the arm down. Inhale, reach up. This is our last one. Coming over to the side, really long. Inhale. Exhale the arm down. Inhale the arm up. Exhale, lean. Inhale, center. Exhale, release the arm. Keeping the legs wide here, let's shift the chest a little bit forward and turn it towards the left knee. So it's a little bit of a twist. And then inhale, center. Exhale, turn the chest towards the right knee. Inhale, center, staying really solid in the feet. Really steady here, and make sure that you are well on the chair so you don't feel like the chair is rocking or tipping at all. And we'll keep going, turning to each side, feeling some nice rotation and twist in the upper back and upper back ribs. Exhale, turn. Go at your own pace. Inhale, center. And how about one more to each side? Beautiful. Inhale, center. You can bring the legs back to about hips width apart. So the feet are just right under the knees. And we're sitting tall in our seated mountain pose. Let's take the arms and hug them around the body, almost like you're reaching your fingertips around towards your back. Let your chin dip down a little bit and take a few breaths, feeling the breath move in the upper back, in between those shoulder blades. And maybe you feel the shoulders expanding out into your hands and releasing back towards center with the exhale. Beautiful. Let's come back up. Reach your hands back to the rail of the chair behind you. So just to demonstrate, I've got my hand here on each side. You don't have to get up, but I wanted you to see that. So steady feet again. Hands are reaching behind you. See if you can lift your chest and pull your elbows back. Look up a little bit of a back bend, and maybe even walk your hands a little bit lower down the chair. Just going to a place that feels doable here. Take a few breaths into the chest. Feeling that expansion and stretch across the front body. And then let's come back up to a neutral position here. So one last little thing. Let's do a tiny bit of face yoga. So we're going to release some tension around the eyes and the mouth and the jaw, the brow, by squeezing tight into a tiny face. So you purse your lips, squeeze your eyes, furrow your brow, and then open your eyes and your jaw like a big surprise face. And then tiny face and surprise face. Tiny face, surprise face. One more time. You can laugh, it's okay. This is really silly. Tiny face. Surprise face. Just surprised you're doing that, right? Okay, so then let's come back to a comfortable seated posture. Just like we did in the beginning. Sitting up tall and either closing the eyes or just softening the gaze and not looking outward so much as looking inward, feeling the results of this practice in the body, the effect of this practice. Noticing the movement of breath in the upper body. Letting the face be relaxed. Feeling any circulation or sensation in the brows, the eyes. Relaxation in the jaw. Feeling your way down the neck and throat. Sensing the shoulders, what do you feel there? Any sensations that are there are welcome. This is just what's true in this moment. And these feelings and signals in the body are always in flux, always changing. See if you can feel your way down the arms. Maybe the arms feel heavy hanging here. Or as you feel down to the hands, maybe there's some warmth. Or tingling. Back to the heart area, noticing what you feel there. the breath move into the lungs and feeling it open and expand the ribs as you breathe in. Feeling that softening, that release as you breathe out. And then opening your eyes, let's bring the palms together here at the heart. Thank you very much for taking the time to practice today. Namaste.